Thank you for tuning in to Moody's Mixer, winning with prostate cancer, no fear necessary. So in this one here, I'm going to kind of talk about something that happened to me actually less than 2 weeks ago. Actually, it was Thanksgiving, November 24th. The day is December 7th. So these dates and the ebb and flows of certain numbers that I'm going to kind of be talking about. My equilibrium being off, my balance being off, and lightheaded and dizzy. Probably very little, if anything, to do with my cancer. It's probably some other things that was going on. And well, I probably need to go get some blood work. Headed to the lab to get some blood work done, and having the latest appointment already scheduled, the 1st of December, but didn't want to wait. Let me go find out. And I probably need a doctor here anyway, or find out where I can get things done when I need to. So it's probably perfect. So. But I'm gonna keep you in on this journey. You know, maybe my glucose or, you know, my sugar bad, you know. Because I was with my dad, you know, one time we were walking and he was a diabetic. And how he started veering off and lost his balance and I actually had to catch him. That's exactly how I felt. So I wanted to go get some blood work. So when I went to the lab, you know, I wanted to get my PSA and my glucose, some lab work done. Hola.
Serían 320.
Pardon?
320.
Okay, no problema. Tahada te credito? I don't know in 4 hours what's happening. Make sure my sugar, I know it ain't cancer knocking me out, making me crazy or nothing, or, you know, maybe making me crazy, but I know it's not the cancer that's about to kill me while I'm feeling this way. So it's not that fear, but it is something with other things as it relates to my body. You know, my sugar could be high. You know, my dad was a diabetic. So it's necessarily because I'm so fearful or scared is that my indicators, my body was telling me something's going on. You need to check it out. So I just thought it was best to come at least get some information and get some data so I can find out what's happening. And you know, so this is my lab in Mexico where I spend the majority of my time. So I got my results back and my cholesterol was as low as it's been my entire life that I can remember. It's been a decade. It was 147. And it usually range, you know, in the 180s, 190s, you know, and it's gotten, you know, it's been in the 200s when I was really overweight and not working out, you know, 20 something years ago. So I kind of wanted to get a full panel because I wanted to see everything. I just had a blood panel about 3 months ago. So, you know, and everything was looking good. So I got my blood work. And everything was just great, except my PSA. My PSA has skyrocketed. I mean, it actually doubled. It's never done or had a jump like that at all. So I was a little concerned. My anxiety kind of got up because I'm like, whoa, what the heck's going on? So for the next few hours, once I kind of got back, you know, I was a little down because I was like, man, what is going on? And I had medical appointments the next week. So I was going to have some more tests done just to kind of see what was going on. But, you know, as time went on, a few hours passed, I kind of calmed down and said, look, there's nothing you can do. There's nothing, you know, you being dizzy probably has nothing to do with your cancer. And everything else was actually pretty good. But I was concerned about the PSA. And so that's what I kind of was focusing on. And that's what I had to kind of get past. And I'm telling you this because I want to keep you engaged over the next few months because I'm going to be having multiple tests dealing with my PSA to see what's going on. Now, because I was in a different country, you know, maybe the lab is a little different, you know, And I'm going back and I'm going to have another test done in about 5 weeks at the same lab. And I want to see how those results come back. I am going to go back to the US and have some more tests done at my normal laboratory that I use, which is Quest, and have those tests done and see if there's a difference. So when I get this test done in Mexico in about 5 weeks, 2 days subsequent, I'm going to get a test done again in the Quest lab, and I want to see how those numbers compare. And that's when my doctors and I, we know we're going to need to kind of make some adjustments with my protocol and what's going on. And I'm telling you this because no matter what we're doing, we have to always kind of be aware of what's going on. Any type of indicator that we can kind of feel or see in our body change or numbers when we get results is very important. You know, as you know, when I first started this podcast a couple of years ago, you know, I was just kind of stressing, get tested, go find out, get your indicators so you know where you are. And that's the importance. So you can kind of make these adjustments as your life and you live in your daily life. So that's why it's important. So I have a indicator, and this indicator is really directly related to prostate cancer. And by me having already been diagnosed and having it really double in a matter of a couple of months, you know, it is a little alarming just for the bells and whistles going off that, hey, I need to do something. I need to look to see what's happening. Not that I'm going to change my protocol. I may make some I may make some adjustments, but it's not like I'm going to do one of the invasive procedures, because I've kind of made my peace with my life that this is it for me. Now, just because the numbers raised doesn't mean I'm dying or anything like that at all. So I don't want anyone kind of to get alarmed that, oh, Corey's about to die and all this other stuff. That's not why I'm doing this. This is not what this is about. But it's to show that I still try to keep up with my indicators. Like I've been telling everyone else, look at your indicators. So now I do got to kind of dig in and kind of find out what's happening with, you know, this PSA and what's really going on with my prostate cancer. So I just want to kind of keep you engaged. Over the next couple of months, you will be seeing some more posts about test results. Please stay tuned. If anything, not so much to worry about me, but so you know when you're doing your testing that, you know, this is just part of health. This is part of health care, you know, and whether you're on medications or not, there's probably been a time or two that your doctor had to make adjustments with your medicines because you weren't feeling well. As soon as I get back, I'm going to take another test. I'll probably get another test done on Monday. And so probably that Thursday, I'm going to repost what those results are. Hopefully it's not still going up. I'm going to probably press a little bit harder on some things to make sure that I'm doing everything properly. But again, the fear of what's happening is not going to stop me from moving forward and living and doing the things I need to do. And I'm saying this, and I've mentioned before that this is such a mental battle. You know, when we get health diagnosis, you know, whether it's cancer, high blood pressure, or kidneys, or whatever's going on, there's an expectation of anxiety that you just can't sweep under the rug. And so it's something I got to deal with. I have to pay attention to this now. And I'm going to pay attention to it, but I want to give you the results back so you know what's going on. You know, not so much just with me, but you know that what we need to do as a human being to make sure we keep pressing our life forward. You know, one of the things that I've mentioned in the past is that my fear of death is gone now. And now I'm just trying to live my life the best I can. And what I can tell you, since I got that result back, I will say that, God has really been moving in my life in a positive way. And whatever this indicator is, or whatever it's telling me what's going on, it's not going to change my journey. It may accelerate things that I need to make sure are in place. Make sure my will is updated. Make sure, the trusts are done right, the beneficiaries. These are things we need to do while we're still of a sound mind. And working in the funeral business or having clients, my whole professional life, I've always had at least one funeral home clients. So that's always been there. So I spent a lot of time in funeral homes. And one of the things I always found interesting, and I don't mean just going there for an hour or two. I've been there days and weeks and months at a time every day. When you work in a funeral home, there are funerals going on and services going on, visitations going on. There's been some huge crowds that have been in these funerals and services at these funeral homes. And one of the things I found very interesting was the questions and the conversations about the deceased. And even funerals I've gone to in my own personal life, the one question that is always asked over and over and over is, how did they die? That seems like that's the most important question that everybody wants to know. And what I started realizing, and when you start hearing the responses, it's almost like that's the last judgment that everybody wants to put on that person. And I'm saying this because I know I'm going to be judged when I die. Not that it's soon or anything like that. At least I don't think it is. But I know it's going to come up what I should have done. I'll still be alive. But what's more important to me is this walk and this spiritual awakening that has come upon me these last 2 years. And that's what I really don't want to lose. And that's what's really important, for me in my life. So again, I want to thank you for tuning in to Moody's Mixer. And please, on YouTube, please make sure you hit the subscribe button, the like button if you like this episode. And there are many episodes out there that please go take a look at them. And there's a lot of information that's there. So again, thank you for tuning in to Moody's Mixers, winning with prostate cancer. See you later. God bless.